This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and this is the scene at sold-out Everbank Stadium in downtown Jacksonville. Straight ahead, we punch the second of two tickets to the... And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. ETN up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat, like the guys
I like
in the
that.
circle?
I like that, yeah. Just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Intended for Calvin Austin. Incomplete.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
That's good for our Jaguars. Here we go.
And they'll go again with ETN. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Denzel Ward right there in coverage to get the hand in. Comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. Now ETN to start the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
A give to ETN running right. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
It's 4th down.
Now comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw now on first down. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you...
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
11-yard line. A 6-yard pickup.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
That's good for a Jaguars first down.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Monsoon Strange. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
On play action, they'll throw. Now a run here off the RPO, and he'll keep it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
It was covered by Denzel Ward.
Here we go, set. Cougar, nice, go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Jaguars first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's complete to Parker Washington. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 33. They'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They'll set up to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
ETN on the toss right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Now out come the Jags. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Gets around him, and he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
That's multiple times now he's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20. Now he's going to step up and run. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now a second and 10. Now back to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
Back to throw here. Now he's going to step up and run. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This ball caught by Strange. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
That's another Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
At the 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. The offense on third down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be third and forever. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Arnold Ebiketie able to get in there yet again. Now comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
And the Jaguars first down.
ETN fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Once more, ETN. And this time he is into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. That this look too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistent.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They'll set up a throw.
He'll get this off to ETN.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hunter. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. He'll look to throw.
That one down the field for Strange.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw.
Oh, that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. He's going to launch it for Washington. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room.
Okay, ready? Here we go. Ready?
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you downstate an hour or two to look around. Comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score?
Oh, breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas, 70 yards. And the Jags have retaken a third-quarter lead. Well, they got the ball to start the third quarter, looking to take the lead, and they did so in a hurry.
Yeah, they certainly did. Now, you and I both know teams that love those sustained drives, those little body blows along the way. This team says, the heck with that. Why keep the ball longer than we need to? Let's go ahead and put it in the end zone and get to the bench and take a break.
First play of the third quarter. Get ready. Could be an exciting second half. Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. He'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And this one is incomplete.
Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And that's going to be incomplete.